So, you're about to join the city in the sky. The city, which according to the FAA, is home to the more than 1 million people that are airborne at any given time around the world. The city in the sky is the safest. In fact, you're 1,500 times more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to be involved in an airplane accident in your entire lifetime. This is according to the National Transportation and Safety Board. Despite this, almost 30% of people say that they're either anxious about flying or afraid to fly altogether. So, how do you stay safe in the city in the sky? Hi, I'm Surya, and I've been researching the aerospace industry ever since I was a kid. Also, I've flown airplanes as part of the US Air Force Auxiliary Program and have been to the headquarters of both Southwest Airlines and American Airlines, so I have a unique behind the scenes view of the aviation industry. In this video, we'll cover 3 safety procedures you should follow before flight to increase your safety and that of other passengers. We will be covering proper seating etiquette, proper stowage of luggage on the overhead bins, and the safe usage of devices on board your aircraft. Before we talk safety, let's talk about what you'll need. First off, you'll need a boarding pass and an appropriate ID, usually a passport, to get on a plane, and a right-size carry-on bag. The size of a carry-on bag varies by airline, so please be sure to check before you pack your luggage. If you fail to do this, you might have to pay an extra fine at the terminal in order to check in your luggage. Now, let's get into the first step of safety, and this is actually finding the right seat. On many airlines, the seats are assigned, and you do need to find your seats by matching the number on your boarding pass with the markers that are above the seats. As you can see here on the left boarding pass, the seat assigned is 12D, and this number can be matched with the markers below the overhead bins. This is done because the weight of the plane needs to be balanced, and if a lot of people move around to wonky places, the flying qualities of the plane could be jeopardized, so please stick to your assigned seat. The only exception is if you're placed on an emergency exit. You must be willing to operate it in case of an emergency. If you're not over 18 or unable to operate the exit, please let a flight attendant know and they will reassign the seats properly. If you do choose to sit at an airplane exit, please be sure to read the safety instructions in the seat back pocket, because if you do not know how to open this door in case of an emergency, it is a huge safety risk for yourself and all your passengers, and puts lives at risk. The second step is to stow your luggage properly. This is done through the overhead bins above your seat. Make sure your luggage is closed properly before putting it in the bin, and then place it in the bin with the long way going inwards and the handle facing outwards. One thing you should absolutely not put in the overhead bins are backpacks and handbags, because they do have the tendency to shift around in the overhead bin. Please make sure you put this below the seat in front of you or keep it on your person at all times. One thing you should absolutely not do with the overhead bin is try to jam luggage into the bin, as you can see this passenger is doing. This is because it could cause the door to accidentally open mid-flight and rain down luggage on yourself and your fellow passengers, which is absolutely unsafe. Now, let's talk about the third step, and that is proper seating etiquette and safety. The moment you get on your seat, follow these guidelines. Make sure you put the seat in the upright position using the silver button on your armrest. This is depicted on the leftmost picture. This is done so that your back doesn't feel too much stress during takeoff, and especially if you have back problems, this enhances your health. You should also make sure the tray table is folded up to ensure your safety in case of turbulence upon takeoff. Now, this is very important instruction. Make sure you always have your seatbelt on at all times whenever you're at your seat, even if the seatbelt sign is off. The Flight Safety Foundation found that airplane seatbelt reduces the chance of injury due to turbulence by almost 95%. If the airplane shakes around, the seatbelt is there to keep you in your seat, so please use it accordingly. If you do not know how to use the seatbelt, this is covered in the safety demonstration before flight, and we will not cover it here since it's a bit different in each type of aircraft. The final step prior to takeoff is devices. Make sure that all devices are either powered off or are in airplane mode. This is how you do it on an iPhone. Also, be sure that the Wi-Fi is turned off, even on an airplane where in-flight internet is available. It is only turned on when you reach cruising altitude anyway. Devices bigger than smartphones, such as iPads and laptops, are an absolute no-go during takeoff. Just wait until the crew says you're at cruising altitude to use large devices and to enable Wi-Fi on your devices. Before we end this video, let's review what we talked about. We mentioned how to properly find your seat, how to properly put away your stuff and ensure your seat safety, and what to do with your electronic devices during flight. You are now ready for takeoff. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And as always, thanks for watching.